Hey guys, welcome back. I wanted to share something today that affects a lot of people out there, including me, and that's fear of flying. Um, let's just put it out there. It sucks. Some people put up with it, some people don't. Some people take trains, some people drive. I don't know. But today's video, I wanted to talk to you about 3 ways that will help you conquer your fear of flying. These are ways that have helped me get through my fear of flying. When you have a fear of flying, it doesn't just disappear, but these things make it more manageable, and they helped me, and I'm sure they helped a lot of people in the past. But these 3 things combined helped me get through it. For me, I mean, I don't know, it's different for everybody, but for me, my fear of flying probably stems from a few different things. One of which is my upbringing. I come from kind of like a anxious, kind of worrying family, so I have kind of anxiety built into me. So big things like that, where I'm not really in control, and heights and everything. It's just kind of bothers me, and it sucks and whatever. And so that plays a part. And the other thing I think is when I was younger. I was on an airplane and something kind of bad happened, and it's almost like a little version of PTSD. I was in high school. I was flying with a couple teammates and a coach to New Jersey, from Florida to New Jersey, and it was years ago, and I think we hit some bad weather, and there was really bad turbulence, and I was really scared. And what definitely didn't help was there were a couple women around me screaming and like almost crying, and it was kind of a traumatic experience for me. So that definitely sucks. So a number of things have played into my whole fear of flying, and I'm sure all of you out there that are watching, if you don't suffer from fear of flying, I'm sure you might know somebody, or if you don't, whatever. But if you do, please share this with them, because anybody that suffers from something, any little bit can help when it comes to relief or whatever. So, anyways, enough of that background story about me and my fear of flying. Let me introduce you to the 3 things that have helped me. So, one out of the 3 things is something that I take, but it's not a prescription. But, anyways, we'll get to that last. So, the first thing I did, and still do, is I watch videos online on YouTube of kind of what goes on an airplane when you're flying. For people that are new to flying, and for even the people that have been flying, if you kind of watch, and they have the videos out there, like watch a video of like them telling you the different noises that go on during a flight, and what turbulence is. And when you have I mean, because when you're on an airplane, it's a lot of unknown and a lot of stuff that you're not in control. So you're almost like you don't know what's going on. But if you watch these videos and they explain to you, kind of like, oh, this noise that you're going to hear when you're taking off is this, and this noise what you're going to hear when you're landing. And when you know all these noises, and kind of like the things that can be scary, when you know ahead of time kind of what they are, it kind of helps you get through it, because there's always that person on an airplane that's like, oh my God, what was that noise? But if you know the majority of the noises and the things that might scare you ahead of time, it'll help you. So that's what I did for that. The second thing I did was, as ridiculous as it sounds, is almost doing like a dry run. If you kind of desensitize yourself in a way, meaning like if you drive from your house to the airport, just drive there and drive through the terminals, turn around and drive back. That's a baby step, and that can help you. If you do that a couple times and then work your way up to actually, like I said, I know it sounds ridiculous, work your way actually up to going in, driving, and parking, and just going in the. I know it probably seems really weird to people, like you're just wandering around. You probably look suspicious, but just parking, getting out, walking around, familiarizing yourself with everything that's around you in there. And really the key word is desensitizing yourself. I mean, it's for some people it doesn't bother them at all. Other people like me, it really bothers them. So the more you can do to desensitize yourself and take this whole big overwhelming experience and minimize it, the better you'll be. So like I said, little things like that, just driving there and back, driving and parking and getting out, maybe driving and parking and talking to a guy that works there, and just stuff like that. Little baby steps to sensitize yourself, help yourself out, and no matter how ridiculous it sounds, just go ahead and do it. I'm telling you, it helps. And the last thing, the number 3 thing, I'm going to display it on the screen right now. It's something that's natural. I don't like to take any prescriptions and stuff like that because some of those things can be addicting and side effects. And somebody introduced me to this. It's called Dream Water. So it's over-the-counter little relaxation shot you can buy. I buy mine at CVS, but you can buy it at Walgreens, and you can buy it online. And quick story behind this. So I used to work at a place, and I worked with a guy who was the most high-strung, anxious guy I ever met in my life, and he couldn't sit still for 2 seconds. I think it was his nature. I don't think like he was on anything. I think some people's nature is just up and about and moving, and I don't know. But anyways, long story short, this guy couldn't sit still, and he was just a nervous kind of guy. I don't know if you guys know of any guys like that or people, but one day, I think my mother went to some sort of conference, and when she went to a conference, they gave her kind of like a goodie bag to take home, and one of the things in the goodie bag was the Dream Water. And there was like 2 or 3 of them, and my mom was like, "Do you want this Dream Water?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I'll take it, whatever." And so I had it in my car that day at work, and it just kind of dawned on me when I saw this guy kind of moving around, this my coworker. I was like, let me see if he wants this, because most likely I won't even use this, and he maybe will need this. But anyways, I was like, hey, the guy's name was Dean. Hey, Dean, do you want this Dream Water? He's like, what is it? I'm like, it's a relaxation shot. I think I mean, I never tried it. I probably won't use it. Do you want it? He's like, yeah, I'll take it. And at the time, we were both sitting in the office. And we were working kind of a night job, so it was only like me, him, and 2 other guys, and those other guys were kind of roaming around. So it wasn't like some big office with 100 people. So I gave him the relaxation shot. We were both in the office, and I left to go do something for like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 minutes. And I hand to God, God check me dead if I'm lying. I come back, and he's fast asleep in the chair in the office. And I came back, and I woke him up. I'm like, Dean, what are you doing? You're asleep. And he woke up almost like he had been sleeping for 8 hours. And he's like, oh my God, like I was inside. He's like, I can't believe I fell asleep like that. I'm like, what? He's like, I drank that relaxation shot. I'm like, you did? He goes, yeah, I drank it, and he put me right to sleep. And he's like, that's never happened to me before. And like I said, this guy can't sit still for 2 seconds, and he fell asleep like that. So instantly I thought, okay, so this definitely works. It's a natural thing. It's not like a prescription. I'm going to try and use this. Yeah, I've always been a good sleeper. I could fall asleep. I could stay asleep. So I never need it for sleep. But, it relaxes you. So I was like, I'm going to use this when I'm on the plane. Anyways, long story short, fast forward to now. That was years ago. I use Dream Water every time I'm going on a plane. I want it to kick in kind of like right when I'm getting out of my car to walk into the airport. But maybe it would be a good, and I just sip on it. So what I'll do is I'll take the relaxation shot. I'll sip it, maybe in the car on the way to the airport. I'll sip it while I'm luggage and walking through, blah, blah, blah. Just keep sipping it. And then when I'm finally getting onto the airplane, I'll just finish it. And I'll have an extra one in my pocket in case I get nervous on the flight and I want to kind of sip a little bit more. But it's always, like I said, I get anxiety attacks. I have anxiety. I get panic attacks. And I never get them anymore. I mean, I'm still nervous, but I don't. So it seems to work for me. So anyways, guys, sorry it took so long to explain these 3 things. So try these 3 things, or let somebody know that's suffering from fear of flying to try these 3 things and see if they help. I think they will. But anyways, guys, have a great day. Hope this helps. Like, subscribe, tell your friends about my page. I'm really trying hard to get going on YouTube and get a lot of subscribers and everything. So, all right, guys, take care.